Metal 2, published by DC Comics. Writer Jamie Delano, penciler Philip Hester, inker Peter Gross, letterer Albert de Guzman, colorist Rick Taylor, based on video game characters created by David Jaffe.
We go to the park to get away from the stinking traffic. Paulie, he keeps whining that he's hot. So I give him $1 and tell him to go flag down the ice cream truck. The fucking psycho clown driving it never even swerves. Knocks Paulie clean out of his new trainers I just brought him.
Like we get a call on this biker from hell. Looks like a Ghost Rider or some shit. And he just trashes the area. Me and my partner, close pursuit crossing Brooklyn Bridge on the boardwalk, doing over 100 miles an hour when the fugitive hits a jogger. It's too slow to jump out of the way. Plus paints out my visor. All I can see is red. But I'm lucky I flip right over into the East River. But my buddy hits a gas truck.
It's horrible but true. Twisted Metal is happening right here in New York City. Many of our most valuable tourist attractions are in flames. The World Trade Center has come under a missile attack. Pictures of horrors. But now, live coverage of the action, tragedy, from Times Square, where it looks as if the campaign for Gotham City has picked the wrong day to try to make it tomorrow. John, what can you see?
I see carnage, utter carnage, tragic. The thing we call Twisters down under the fire ants. There's murder on the trains, blue earth, until I saw death those a minute ago.
Well, we seem to have lost John there for a second. Meanwhile, City Scan brings you expert insight into the crazed mind of the evil impresario responsible for staging this. The ultimate in demolition derbies. Dr. Bruno Brunovsky, what can you tell us about the psychotic criminal genius they call Calypso?
Imagine an unhappy child in orphan. The only thing that really loves him is he's a puppy dog. Orphan? Puppy dog? Give me a break. The only puppy I ever had was in my roadkill collection. You remember, don't you, little sis? You used to like it when I'd let you pet those flatties. 1968. I was 12 years old and I'd scraped up the best collection of any kid around. Mice, frogs, dogs and cats, possum, squirrel, all kinds of birds. But the thing I really wanted was a snake. When I saw that copperhead sunning himself on the blacktop right outside our house, it seemed like the most natural thing in the world was to squash him flat. Especially since Dad left the keys in the wagon while him and Mom were across the street having beers. First time I ever started up an automobile, that V8 rumble sent shivers up my spine as I slipped a brake and let her roll on backwards out of the driveway. I hardly even noticed the bump as those big old tires rolled over your little head. Mom cried a lot. Dad said I had to be punished for my carelessness.
You stay out here all night if you have to, boy. Boy, I don't want to see that stain there in the morning.
Later, I found your doll, all mashed and mangled up. I stared at it for hours in the moonlight. By midnight, I'd convinced myself it was really you. I'll make it okay, sis. I promise. I set you up on the hood of that wagon like a mascot, a tiny broken dancer balanced over the hungry chrome mouth of the demon that now owned both our souls. And I saw how it was going to be. Yeah, you understand, don't you? Just you and me, sis, out traveling that weird highway forever. Just us. And death whispering from the radio, tuned to hell. I was scared, but I was excited too. I would have quit home and started out right then if I had any money for gas. 2 years after we buried you, things were still kind of difficult at home.
Oh, the junk that evil hunk of steel. How about you show some respect for our little girl? You're sick. You keep on polishing it that way.
They argued about it every time we went to put flowers on the grave.
things.
Made me crazy to sit there
I'm
listening.
not making it my business.
I felt bad. I felt guilty. I wished I could bring you back, but I couldn't, so I wished I was dead too in a car wreck. 6 people died in the intersection, not counting Mom and Dad. I wasn't one of them. I guess I messed up pretty good, huh, little sis? But next time, I'm gonna do it right for you. Next time, it'll be my blood running down the gutter for that old god of violent metal type to drink. You see, I knew that'd be it next time, but I didn't know how or when. I was 14 years old and alone in the world. I needed some way to make a living until I could kill myself. I let fate deal the cards. Closed my eyes, stuck out my thumb in the interstate, breathing fumes, whipped my slipstream until I heard downshifting and brakes. Where are you headed? Straight to hell, I guess. You wanna ride? Al gave me a job. I worked 2 years patching those big motor death traps back together, beating out wild rhythms, straight bent steel pedals before the next night's show. Al gave me a new name too. One time when he was whiskeyed up. Hey kid, quit that fancy Caribbean steel band stuff. You bash that metal and American. No more damn calypso, you hear? Next morning, he was sorry though. He wanted to make it up to me. Oh, Mad Mike went blind dragging after now. You can take over his car as soon as your arm heals up. Painted up my old helmet for y'all too. Maybe some of my luck wear off, and one day you'll have a setup as big as this. Yeah, who knows how? Maybe I will. But way back then in those miserable backwoods dirt track demolition derby years, the last thing I wanted was success, and I didn't even want a future. You were there, little sister, riding with me 3 nights a week for 20 years, around and around and around and around in purgatory, but never quite reaching hell. 20 years, 500,000 miles of sledding cracker car wreck junkies, all hoping this is the race where the crazy Calypso's devil luck finally lets him down, and he leaves the track in a meat truck instead of strolling off with the purse. Never happened though. No matter how hard I tried to make the Marks happy, it was always some other guy headed for a wheelchair. They hated me like poison, but never as much as I hated myself. And the fools still paid good money to come and see me drive. I got rich. I did a lot of crazy stuff. Just didn't care, I guess. There were women too. In Vegas, I got married. I guess. We had a kid, Krista. She was pretty cute. Reminded me of you sometimes, little sister. But her mom soon got kind of ugly and weird.
I hate you. You've destroyed my life. Why can't you just die so I can get the insurance?
I wish, baby. Didn't happen though. It was Joannie who got clipped the next week by that bouncing tire in Kansas. I wasn't much of a dad, I guess, dragging little Krista around, living out of suitcases and motel rooms, but driving was in her blood. Daddy, I'm kinda sleepy. Should I pull over and rest? Just another hour, honey. You can nap when we get to the roadhouse. I was going down and I wasn't too bothered if she came with me. Krista would be around the same age as you were, sister. The night I hit bottom and killed her too. Just like with you, I forgot she was there. Left her sleeping in the back seat while I went into a bar for some smokes. I must have gotten pretty tired because it didn't surprise me all that much to find her mom waiting there for me when I came out. Joanne got right to the point. Said she was in hell and she reckoned I should be too. I didn't disagree. All these years, babe, all I ever wanted was to find the end of this damn road. Then she was gone. Just her voice whispering from the radio. Close your eyes. Go. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Go the wheel. I felt guilty for a second when Krista woke up just before we hit the wall.
Dad, look out.
But then when you find yourself in the Demon Minions auto salvage yard, kids, sentimental stuff like that doesn't seem important for very long. I remember how I used to collect roadkill all those years ago. Suddenly it didn't seem as funny as before. What happens now?
Chase you, I catch you, then you get tangled from my rearview mirror for a couple 100,000 years. It's like a bore, torturing you.
Ironic, huh, sis? All those years I spent trying to join you there, and now I suddenly realized hell wasn't where I wanted to be at all. It was the race of my life. I drove like an angel, keeping that demon from wrecking me. He couldn't even bend my fender. Couldn't fly either, which was kind of tough on him because the pit didn't have a bottom or a floor. When I crossed the finish line, I found out the devil himself digs demolition derby. Boy, if that ain't the best darn driving contest we had down here all season, then my name ain't Satan. You're hot, believe me, and I can tell. And now you wiped old Minion's clock clean. I got a vacancy on my team. I'm kind of tired of driving. Did I say you had to drive? I like you, boy. I'm gonna give you a promotion. Gonna make you one of us. Now drink this up and listen while I explain the deal. See, the way it is now. All the hottest drivers stay alive up there for years. Marvelous was set as that put up second-rate flood. They ease along the way. I got the skill to change all that. Get more first-class entertainment down here. Just been waiting for the right guy to come along. Put all that boring management stuff together, you know. It was a pretty good deal, I got to say. I get to stay on Earth as long as the best demolition derby drivers in the world compete to the death in twisted metal. The losers go below to entertain the old man, Mr. Ash, and his demon track buddies. The winners get granted their most precious desire. Of course, for those auto-destruction fanatics in hell, the collateral damage is just a windfall bonus of everyday innocent human souls. But I think the destruction is kind of majestic and beautiful, in a terrible sort of way. How about you, little sis? Do you think it's pretty too?